Hello, everybody. What is going on? Hey, I'm Robert. This is Guitar Journeys. We'll wait until a couple of people get in here. At least we can have a couple of people. Let's see, what can I play around with until then? Let's get this one. I am going to turn my amp on. I'll be right back. That's a little loud, ain't it? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Each one of those pedals makes it a little bit louder. I keep saying that I'm going to do some research and find a pedal. I know which pedal. I know which pedal does the job. Okay, and I might just end up getting that pedal. But I think there's a I think there might be a unit that sets on top of the amplifier that quiets your pedal board. If anybody knows any information on that, please let me know, okay? Haven't gotten around to researching that. I always say I'm going to research something and then I end up not doing it. But you would think that if you were retired, that you'd have all the time in the world to do anything that you wanted to do. It just does not work that way. It seems like the more stuff that I do, as far as like music and technology, music, the more that you do, the more that you need to do. So anyways, if anybody knows how to quiet down a pedal board, send me some info, man. I appreciate it. Okay. 6 people, that's enough. Don't nobody leave, okay? Everybody stay right there just for a minute. I feel bad about something I did, and I want to kind of clear it up a little bit. Okay, Sunday I was doing a video. I was doing a live stream of the downtown area where I live, which is a small town. My wife and I just went for a walk. We had the dog and we were walking. Somebody asked me, and I don't usually answer people when I'm doing a live stream of showing a town or something like that. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? But somebody asked me what I think of Jews. At first I thought it said Jaws, like the movie Jaws. So I read it a little bit better and I said Jews. And it hit me wrong. I don't know, for some reason it just hit me wrong. I said, hey, you know what? This is not a political channel. This is my YouTube channel, for music and for just whatever I want to do. So don't get political on my channel. Just do me a favor and leave. So I kind of felt bad about that. I mean, it might have been a Jewish person asking if I was okay with his race. I really don't know what the deal was. But I kind of lost my cool. And so I apologize. I want to apologize to everybody. I want to say that all of the people that watch me and all of the people that subscribe to my channel, that is my channel, the people. Without subscribers and without viewers, I won't have a channel. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more easy on people, because I want you to ask me any question that you want to ask me. I want you to feel like it's a safe zone. And I got, I will just say this. I just want to be honest with everybody and say this. I try to keep my channel non-political. Okay, because there's too much going on in the world right now, and there's too much anger. You know, you get one person. Let me see. You can see my hands. You get one person. Okay, you get one person over here, and they don't like a certain person, and then you get another person over here, and they don't believe in vaccines, and this person over here, um, they might be gay or transgender or Jew or from Mexico or black. I don't care, man. Honestly, I don't care. I don't judge people like that. Yeah, sure, I lose my temper with people, you know, of all races. Okay, we got some. I better not get into that, but I'm not going to get into that. Okay, I'm just going to say that I don't care as far as me and my YouTube channel. I don't care what you like and what you don't like, really, as long as you like me. All right? As long as you like my YouTube channel and you like to watch me and you like what I'm doing and you're interested in guitar stuff, because that's my life, man. My life is my guitars. I'm retired. I mean, I've worked a little bit of almost everything that there is, you know. I mean, as far as like general labor. I dropped out of school when I was a freshman. I had a learning disability. I struggled through school all my life. I couldn't wait until I got old enough to quit. I got out of there. I started working. But I don't want to get too off of this, you know, get sidetracked. Because what I really want to say is, I really don't, it doesn't affect me, you know? If you're gay, I've always looked at it like this, man. As long as you don't come on to me, right? And as long as you know, act pretty normal, I'm cool with it. When I was in business in Colorado, I got connected with some gay people. And they spread my name around like you wouldn't believe. I had more customers that were gay than you'd ever believe. And I want to tell you something about the gay people. They were the best customers that I could ever ask for. Ever. They treated me so good. They always helped me with my equipment. And their houses were always kept up, looked very nice. They had very nice stuff. They always asked me, like, do you need anything at all? Like, can I get you some coffee or some water or something? You know, do you need anything? No, I don't need nothing. I'm good. Okay, if you need anything at all while you're here, just let us know. Okay, cool, man. When I wrote them the invoice, almost every one of them, I don't think there was ever a time that they didn't either say, that's not enough money that you're charging me, or you should be charging more than that, or and they always paid me more than what I charged them. Always. I don't think there was ever a time that they didn't charge me more. Well, I take it back. I did have one woman that had some apartments, and I did charge her a decent amount of money because it was hard work, you know, and I charged her what I thought it was worth. She didn't pay me extra. But when I went to her house, she did. I guess just between the business and the house was different. Okay. Transgender. I have a niece. Actually, I only met her when she was a little kid. I haven't seen her, you know, since she did her little lifestyle change. I haven't seen her. I see her on Facebook once in a while, but I have nothing against her. I really don't. I look at it like this. transgender people and gay people were born that way. You will never ever convince me. I don't care what you say. You will never convince me that they chose to be that way. Okay? It just doesn't work like that. We have a lot of people where I live that absolutely will argue to the end of their day that gay people and transgender people choose to live like that. And I've tried to tell them to the point where I just don't talk to them about it. I know 100% what I'm saying is true because I've talked to gay people about it. You don't choose to be gay, okay? You're born that way. All right. I know it's a very, it gets real messed up because in the Bible it talks about how gay is not accepted. And I don't really understand that, okay? There's a lot of things in the Bible that I don't really understand, why it's written the way it's written. The only thing that I can really think of is that they really didn't know that much about gay people back in those days. And maybe there's more gay people now than there used to be. But I'm pretty sure that Jesus and God love everybody. I don't care, gay, transgender, fat, skinny, tall, short. I mean, I'm pretty sure they just love everybody. I was talking to a gay woman one time, and I said, oh, you would, I'm not trying to push religion on you or anything like that, but you would love our church. And she said, don't you know that gay people are not accepted in churches? And I said, they are in our church. I know they are because there's gay people in there. I know they're gay, and I know they're in our church. And nobody ever preaches anything about not liking gay people. So if you ever did want to go to church and feel accepted, you come to our church and you will be accepted. I promise you that. So anyways, enough about that. When it comes to races, Mexican, Jew, Palestine, okay, I never really paid attention to who's Jew, who's Italian. I mean, I can see it, I can see they're not white, but don't bother me any. As long as you're acting normal, as long as you're treating me okay, why would I care? I don't care. I've been married 3 times. All 3 of my wives were Mexican women. It just, I like Mexican women. I like the Mexican culture. They treat me good. Well, my wife now treats me good. My other 2 wives, not so much. But when it comes to Jews, I wouldn't know a Jewish person if they were sitting right next to me. I would not know the difference unless you told me. I'm not going to go around asking people. So anyways, I just wanted to clear that up. To the person that asked me if I like Jews, I like everybody. As long as you're treating me good and you're acting normal, I like you. If you're acting like a jerk, or if you're doing things that just are wrong, then I don't agree with that, then I probably won't like you so much. And it don't matter if you're white, black, Jewish, Spanish, whatever you are. You have to act right and be pretty normal. I mean, I was always really afraid to talk about political stuff. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that I do not like Donald J. Trump. But, I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for anybody, to be honest with you. That's just the honest truth. I did not vote. I didn't think he was going to win. I really didn't. But he did. Excuse me. it's not so much that I don't like what he's doing. You know, certain things that he's doing, I think, you know, makes sense. I will agree with some of the stuff. But I don't like treating people really bad. And it's amazing to me that people that go around saying, yeah, we're really big time Christians. You know, we love our church, we love Jesus, we love God, we go to church every week, but yet we voted for Trump. Right? Well, that don't mix, man. It just don't mix. Um, he's not that good of a person. He doesn't treat people good. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at on that. I see that I lost all my viewers when I started talking about that. And that's kind of one of the reasons I didn't want to like say anything. Okay, because I know there's a lot of people out there that really like Donald Trump. But I also think there's a lot of people, especially elderly people, that don't really know everything that's going on. I mean, if you watch Fox News, there is no other news channel that's more fake than Fox News. Um, they just, no matter what he does, they try to make him look like he's doing such a great job. And our economy is headed for a real downfall. I promise you that. I would be shocked, utterly just blown away shocked, if any of our prices go down in the next year. What I think you're going to see is things are going to continue to rise, and it's hard to get stuff now from China. I ordered some, excuse me, I ordered some rollers for my garage door. It's going to take almost a month and a half for them to arrive from China. Thank you, Donald Trump. Mike, what are you doing, brother? I heard a story the other night on one of the other news channels where they have they detained a woman. She's Spanish. They have detained this woman. She's not that old. I'd guess by her picture she's probably in her early 30s. She has leukemia. Well, they got her in an ICE detention. They're not letting her have any medical treatment. They're not letting her have her medicine that she needs. And how cruel is that, man? I mean, this woman's sitting there suffering. And she's going to die. I mean, that's murder. She needs to be, you know, seen by a doctor. She needs to have medical treatment. She has to go in every so often, you know, to have treatments, blood treatments and stuff like that. And they're not letting her do any of that. And that's exactly the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. How could you like somebody that is okay with that? I mean, just because she's Mexican? And here's the kicker. She's here legally. She's not illegal. She's legally here. I think she has a green card or something, but she's not here illegally. I mean, they got her detained, right? And she's not even here illegally. So, anyways, okay. Like I said, I don't want to get political on my YouTube channel because I don't want people leaving my channel and unsubscribing to my channel because of my political views. I've never been a political person, man. I know back in the 20s, when I was in my 20s and my 30s, if you were to ask me what I thought about a certain political thing, I'd say, I don't know anything about that crap. I don't care. As long as I'm alive, as long as, you know, as long as I'm alive and I can buy beer and party, I don't care who's the president. I mean, I always knew who the president was, but I said, I don't care. I don't care what they do. That's their trip, man. It's not mine. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I kind of wished I'd like that again, honestly. But I get kind of wrapped up in this, you know, like I go to YouTube a lot in the evenings and I watch these videos. There's a channel called Midas Touch, and there you can really learn a lot of stuff that they don't tell you on regular news. And don't think. Check this out. When I'm gonna say this, I'm not gonna say no more after this. When Trump went to the U.S. Open, I think that's what they call it, the tennis match, he was booed. I mean, heavily booed. Well, Fox News, when they showed the clip, they were cheering for him. Okay? Fox News put those cheers in there from something else. It wasn't from what was really happening. So if you watch what was really happening, he was being heavily booed by almost everybody there. But Fox News doctored it up and made it like when he came out and was going like this and everybody was cheering, that's what you heard on Fox News. So I really do feel bad for the people that watch that Fox News thinking that they're really getting the truth, because they're really not. They said that his ratings right now were 90%, and it's not. It's not 90%. It's below 50% of approval. Okay, Mike, I think I asked you this before. Sorry about all the coughing, guys. I don't know. I don't know how I could ever get rid of that. I remember one time we were talking about, and so now we're gonna go back into regular stuff, okay, guys? I just wanted to tell you, I apologize for the guy that asked me if I like Jews, and I got kind of upset with him. And now you kind of know like who I am and how I feel, okay? So we'll leave it like that. Okay, Mike. I was gonna ask you if you know the Mixolydian, but I'm not gonna ask you that because, excuse me. I know you did say one time that you really don't use the pentatonic very much. And the modes are an extension of the pentatonic. So we're not gonna go there. You have your guitar handy, Mike? Do you want to play a jam track with me? This is a let me see, am I on the right one here? Let's go to this A. Let's go to this A. Wait. Okay. There you go, bud. This is a G minor. Okay, G minor jam track. Let's get things tuned up here. Okay, we're all tuned up. Let's see if we can get this quiet down. You ready? Oh, man. Right, A minor, y'all. Anybody that's playing around and playing along with us? A minor is my favorite because that's the one that I learned the most on. got a cough drop in. I don't know what happened. Something got in my throat. All right, that's good fun, man. It's good fun, but it gets old after a while. All right, let's see. Ah. All right, guys. That's what I do sometimes to get warmed up. Um, Something else I wanted to mention to you guys. I see there's about like 5 people in here. Um, so I just want to let you guys know that I did get my COVID shot yesterday. I don't know if it's the new COVID shot, but it's a COVID shot. Um, yeah, I was in Walmart getting some groceries, and I asked the lady behind the counter, you know, what's the status on the COVID and the flu shot? And she said, you know, I can get those for you right now if you'd like. And I said, well, maybe just one at a time. And she said, honestly, the flu and the COVID vaccines, they are made to go together. So you will get the most out of these shots if you take them together. And I said, well, won't that like make me sick or make my arm really sore? And she said, I really don't think it will. I mean, your arm is going to get sore. I'm not going to lie to you, your arm will get sore. But I don't think it's going to be that bad for you. So, oh yeah, where are you from, Justin? You're from UK? Is that right? But yeah, all I had to do was sign a paper saying that I had an underlying condition, which I do, which is type 2 diabetes. And I got the flu and the COVID vaccine. No, man, I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about you, buddy. I didn't. I just been a long time since I seen you. What I got mixed up was where you're from. That's all. But I remember you definitely. You're the guy that your uncle was from Iron Maiden, right? I'm thinking that. But maybe not. Tell me, am I right or wrong? That I do get a lot of people, and then I'm old too, man, so I forget a lot. You know what I mean? But I do get a lot of people that come on and talk to me for a little bit, and then I don't see them for a while. No, not you. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I do remember you, though. I remember that little green, your little name deal is green. I do remember that, and I remember your name, Justin. Are you from, like, where are you from? You're from, like, India or something? But I do remember you. Oh, Europe, that's right. What time is it right now in Europe? It's like early in the morning, right? Did you guys, when the COVID was going real strong, did you guys have a lot of COVID over there? $21.31. What is that? Is that like, that's military time, man. I don't know what 21.31 is. Sorry, I'm not up on that. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. Okay. Do you have people over there that don't want to get vaccinated? Because they think there's something wrong with the vaccine? 10:21 p.m. Okay, cool, man, cool. You do? Yeah? Wow. I personally know two guys. Um, they were older guys. One of them, uh, he was, I mean, I don't want to say he was stupid, but let's just say he wasn't very smart. Okay. And I really like this guy too. He's a good, likable person. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't think we had that over here, but we might have. But he he downplayed the COVID so much that he went into an area in another state. He went into an area that had a lot of COVID without being vaccinated because him and his wife were going around telling everybody that the COVID was no worse than the flu. If you got COVID, it wasn't going to be no big deal. They were not going to get vaccinated because they weren't putting that crap in their bodies. The government was lying to everybody, all this crap. So they went into a state where the COVID was really bad. And he did get COVID. Him and his wife both got COVID. Now for her, it really wasn't that bad. For him, it was really bad. He was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. They took him to a bigger hospital. He was in there for a couple of weeks. His legs got full of blood clots. And they wanted to amputate his legs. And I guess his wife said no. He wouldn't want to be alive like that anyways. And it started attacking his lungs really bad and his other organs. And maybe a couple of weeks later, he died. He did die. And then I knew another guy, older guy. He wasn't going to get vaccinated either. He was a Republican. He was against vaccines. Poor fella. Yeah, I guess. I mean, what are you going to do, man? He knew. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, he didn't want to get vaccinated and he died. So this other guy, his story was a little bit more involving, a little bit more to it. He got COVID. His niece, who is, she works in the medical field, he called her and he said, hey, I'm pretty sick. I need some help. She came over to the house. I think she called the ambulance. They came and got him. They took him to the little hospital that we have here. They said, no, you have to go to a bigger hospital. They took him to a bigger hospital. He got well. Okay, he did get well. He came home. And then he did get vaccinated because he did get well and he did get vaccinated. And then it was a few months later, he was, him and his son, which his son's an adult, he was taking him out to go eat dinner, lunch. And when he was getting ready to walk out the door, he collapsed and died right there. He had a massive heart attack. And I don't think that no one really came out and said, that it was probably because of the COVID. But before he got the COVID, he was very healthy. He used to go out to the rec center where I go. And he was very healthy before he got the COVID. So I kind of think that it was the COVID that caused him to have the heart attack. But, I ultimately, I look at it like this because this is what I tell people. Do your research. Don't just listen to what you hear other people say. Don't just listen to what you see like on the news. Do some research, actual research. Go down to like a hospital or get on the internet and really look it up, about how many people are getting sick, how many people are dying, how many people got like sick from the vaccine. Do some research. And look, if you're not going to get vaccinated, at least get a high quality mask when you're around people. Wash your hands a lot. use your common sense a little bit. I heard something on a movie I was watching the other night, and it was a little girl, and she told this guy, she said, "What is the worst thing you can think of happening to you? Tell me what is the worst thing that you think?" And the guy said, "Well, I don't know." He said something, and she said, "What about dying?" And he said, "Yeah, I guess that would be the worst. That would probably be the worst thing that could happen, would be to die." And she said, "Okay, so you're not dying, right? So all of the other things that come along in life, because we're all going to have things that happen. That's just life, man. One thing after another. It's one thing, you get it fixed, another thing comes along. You get one problem, you get it solved, another one comes along. But you can fix those problems. They're not problems that you can't fix, right? So as long as you're not dying, anything else really isn't worth worrying about, because you're going to fix it when it comes along. So, yeah, she's right. I got one problem that I have is I worry a lot. I worry about this, I worry about that, And, you stop and think about it. All of the worrying that I've done in my lifetime, it really hasn't helped any, right? You can't solve anything by worrying about it. You worry about leaving. I don't really worry about dying. I don't really worry about that. I want to be a little bit older, when I do die. I set a goal for 100, and I figure that if I get to be like in my 90s, as long as I know where I'm at and I know who I am, I'm okay. I'm okay with being alive. When I get to the point where I don't know who I am and I don't know where I'm at, then I think it's time to go be with Jesus. I go to nursing homes, a lot of them. I put on shows at nursing homes. And there's a lot of people in there, they have no idea where they're at. They really don't. One guy was walking around in circles, and I asked this lady, I said, "Hey, I think that guy might need some help." Because they don't even really watch him. Most of them don't even really pay attention to him that much. And I said, "I think this guy might need some help. He's just walking around like he's lost." And she just kind of laughed, and she said, "Oh yeah, he's trying to find his room." And then I watched her get him and take him clear to the other side of the hallway and down the hallway. So this guy couldn't find his room. I'm just saying, if I get to that point, I'm not really sure there's a reason for being alive. It's sad, dude. It's sad. All right, guys, I'm gonna jam out a little bit. I can't play what I do play. I can't play it on the YouTube because YouTube will copyright it. My grandma's in the kitchen. Oh God, that's terrible, dude. Your grandmother is kind of vegetation state. That's just sad. Yeah, it's sad, dude. It is. It is sad. I see a lot of really sad stuff at these nursing homes. There's guys in there that are in their, I would guess, like 60s. Maybe, their upper 60s. And there's a few of them like this. They have, I think, ALS, where it takes away like their strength, and they can't really move their arms or their legs, and they have them in wheelchairs. They can talk, but it's like a real slurred talk. And there's this one guy that I have in mind right now that I'm talking with you. And he loves to come watch me play my guitar. He really loves it. He even tells him to push him up closer to where I'm at, so that he can watch me play. He does like to listen to the music, but what he really likes is to watch how I play the guitar. And when I'm done, I ask him, I say, did you enjoy my show? And he says, yes. You know, I'm not going to try to act like him, you know, because that's not really right. But that's sad. But I guess if I was him, I just would have to deal with it, right? You're not going to commit suicide, and they're not going to put you to sleep like an animal. But yeah. I know another guy that I used to go to church with here in town, and he's got it's another disease, Parkinson's, but it's a different kind of Parkinson's. It affected him kind of like ALS. He's paralyzed, and I think he can move his head around. Excuse me, guys. The last time I was in the nursing home, I asked his wife, you know, as I seen his wife, and I remember like we used to go to church with him and his wife. I didn't even know he was in that nursing home, but I asked her if he was going to come watch me play, and she said, I doubt it. He doesn't usually come out of the room. I didn't want to go visit the guy because I didn't think maybe he didn't want nobody to see him like that. So, but yeah, you never know what you're going to get in life, man. Kind of like Forrest Gump and a box of chocolates, right? But what you get, you got to deal with. You know, that's kind of that. Okay, guys, it's been almost an hour. I got some songs I'm trying to practice. So, you guys go to my YouTube channel, watch some videos, please. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Please subscribe. And I'm going to get out of here. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, have a good day. You too, brother. You too, Justin. 10:30 at night. Do you stay up late? I usually stay up until about 1 or 2 in the morning watching TV. I worked second shift almost my whole life. Well, my adult life, I worked night shift, like second shift, where I started like at 3 in the afternoon and got home about midnight. So I don't know. That just, I like that. I like those hours. So that's kind of how I live now. Okay, guys, I'm gonna play some blues. Hey, Justin, do me a favor, man. When you get done watching me, go look up Joe Bonamassa and check out his new album. Just like say Bonamassa's new album, Joe Bonamassa. The guy is a fantastic guitar player, and his new album is really good. It's more like in the rock than it is the blues, but it's still like blues based. But Bonamassa, you got it, brother. You got it. Yep, Joe Bonamassa. He's 48 years old. He just came out with a new album in 2025, and I listened to it the other day, and it is fantastic. So go check him out, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna be out of here now. Mike, if you're still with me, I'll see you Wednesday. Justin, I'll be on live Wednesday at 7, okay? And maybe tomorrow too. I got to get some hours, man. I only got like 640 hours, and I need 4,000. So I got a lot of live streaming to do, man. All right, guys, peace out. See y'all later. You'll like that album, man. You'll like the music. See you guys.